Hey, what's going on, guys? Langan Plays here, back again with another video, and I'm just very excited to actually talk about these reviews, honestly, for Death Stranding. I know I'm very late. They came out Friday, Thursday night-ish, and I apologize for being very late on this video, but it's alright, we're gonna dive into the video. Another thing is, before I dive into the video, somebody in my last video commented I should lay off the sugar, and I was like, what the hell? And I kind of thought that was funny, but it's whatever. Let's just hop right into this, but I thought that was hilarious because I was very hyped in the video and I always talk very fast. I apologize if that's annoying or anything like that, but I'll try to calm it down, alright? But here we go. So the first one I want to really talk about is IGN. So IGN gave the game 6.8. We're just going to start with the bad first, really, honestly. And we'll talk about another one who gave it a 3.5, which is mind-blowing, but so this game is really raging out right now. I shouldn't say raging, but it's ranging, I should say, right? The game is ranging from several scores. The lowest score right now I've seen is a 3.5, which is just shameful to even give it that. And then the highest I've seen is a 10 out of 10, obviously. So it's been ranging. I'm not going to say what my score is yet because I haven't even played the game. We'll be playing on the channel on Friday, so be here for that. But I'm not sure when I'll upload it, but let's hop right into this, right? IGN gave it a 6.8 out of 10, I should say. And honestly, I don't think that's really my review for the game. I haven't even played it yet, but to me, so far, it looks like an 8 or above. We'll see how it goes when I play through the game, obviously, when I played on the channel for the first time and had that reaction and everything. But I don't know, I feel like a 6.8 is very low for the game. Like, they were kind of complaining about Sam's character, and the person was also complaining about the weapons and everything like that as well. So the score, in my opinion, didn't seem really relative into the game. It seemed very flat with a 6.8. But I have seen some different complaints about certain villains in the game. Obviously, his Higgs character. I've seen that on several different review sites. A lot of people were complaining about Troy Baker's character. And I was kind of surprised that Troy Baker's character, honestly, was getting some hate. I didn't think Troy Baker was going to get a lot of hate for his character. I really like Troy Baker as a character anyway. He plays Joel from The Last of Us, for crying out loud. And a lot of people were complaining about him, so we'll see how that rolls into it. But IGN gave it a 6.8 out of 10, like I just said. And to me, I think that's very low. I don't think I would give a game like that, because a lot of people are saying this game is a masterpiece and everything, right? But the only thing is I could really understand is that Sam's character, they said, is felt a little bit strange, they were saying, and some of the weapons, obviously, like I just said a second ago, and they're saying that there's like really no lethal things, and they don't want you to kill, obviously, throughout the game. Because that's the thing, you can kill if you want throughout the game if you want, but they're saying that someone was really complaining about you shouldn't, what's it called? They thought it was gonna be like a third-person shooter or something like that. Like, guys, this game was not made to do a third-person shooter, obviously. That's not what it's for, and a lot of people were really complaining about that. Like, it's not a third-person shooter. Like, the one guy was like complaining about that. Oh my God, it's not even fair. I got like a gun halfway through the game, and I probably should have got it sooner. And I was just like, I mean, I can understand your frustration, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be a third-person shooter, obviously, as you see in the background, like, and all the things they've shown so far. So maybe they didn't understand the game or something like that. Maybe they were just frustrated with it. And maybe they thought it was going to be something totally different. So I guess maybe that's why. Maybe they didn't have the same expectations. Like, I was expecting maybe like a game where you just roam around, obviously, and do the main story and care for the story. 'Cause that's what I mostly care about. I always care about story over gameplay, and then I go over gameplay, obviously. Because gameplay is a big intertwine over what's going to happen as well. So they were saying that a lot of other characters in the game were actually very interesting, mostly the backup characters, like Mama's character, Deadman, or even Hartman, or something like that. And another thing is that they're saying that it takes a while to travel throughout the whole map, which is obvious. I mean, you already knew that's going to happen anyway throughout the game. It takes like 50 years to go from the next area to the next area. So, I mean, they said that you do get a bike or a truck even like midway through the game, so that's kind of good. Not even midway. They said like maybe the first few hours you'll get something. And there's like, they said if you were playing offline mode, basically, if you have your internet off, they said it actually is a lot harder because there's no like, I guess, ladders and stuff around the map, which is kind of strange to me. I think that's kind of interesting, though, if you have the offline mode on, like how that's going to work out. I'm not sure if you need PS Plus or anything, so I don't know anything about that, but that's very interesting to actually know now. And they said the BT was very awesome as well throughout the game, so I'm very excited to have that thing throughout the game, the Baby Ray, the BT. I'm sorry, the BB. And they said the BBs were actually really good through the game, so I'm very excited to see how they work out. And Troy Baker's character as well. I just really hope that he does a good job. I don't know. A lot of people are complaining about him. A lot of people didn't say anything about Mads Mikkelsen's character, so I'm not really sure if they didn't want to give any spoilers away or something. So we'll find that out throughout the game. I mean, he has to have a big role, right? And they said Amelia's character was pretty solid, and I forget the other character talking about. I think they said it might have been Fragile's character. They said she was pretty solid throughout the game. Even though you didn't have a companion with you the whole game, they said there was a companion with you through little parts of the games, obviously. But I think my favorite review had to be GameSpot's because she did an amazing job, honestly, even going through the game and talking about the gameplay mechanics. Not too much though, but they did a really good job. She really did. I'm gonna be honest there. So that was probably one of the best reviewers we had. And she obviously went through the game and what was the problem was. And she obviously said like there was emotional like driving points throughout the game, which was very cool, right? I'm very excited that they said it's gonna be like a very emotional game. We'll see how it is. I think the BB's gonna play a big role with that. I think that Norman Reedus' character Sam is actually just gonna get really attached to the thing. We'll see how that works out. But another thing is that she says in her review as well that she says Higgs is not a very driving character, not very, I should say, a good character, which is kind of strange to me. I'm surprised that like this is the second person who said that. So I guess that Troy Baker, I don't know. I feel like he's a really good voice actor, so we'll see how this rolls out. Anyway, I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe that he didn't have any good scenes or something. Maybe he wasn't a very good villain, obviously, or antagonist, I should be saying, right? But another thing she said that does very well in here, it has to be you're actually discouraged from killing human enemies, which is actually really cool, because that's part of the game, right? And I kind of like that there's more options around the game instead of just like, you just go in there and start slicing and dicing, right? Or just shooting everything up. And I think that's kind of a good thing that Kojima kind of went away from. Obviously, you can do that if you want. You can get a gun in the game and start going off if you want to, but that creates more BTs in the area. So that's up to you how you want to play the game. You can go around killing like as many enemies as you want. And I don't know. I kind of like that Kojima actually kind of pushes you away from that. I think that was a good job on his part to actually like get you away from that, from a different type of game, right? Because I've been always like tired of bored just like a third-person shooter and everything like that, and first-person everything like that. And I'm glad they kind of changed it up this year. Even with this guy, Kojima I think is going to do a great job with this game. And one of the other reviews we're going to talk about in a second, the 3.5, which is Stevers. I'm pretty sure how you say the website. I'm not sure what it is. And we're going to talk about this review, right? And I couldn't get this out of my head, a 3.5 out of 10, and the guy was just going off, and he didn't have a good time playing the game, and he was even talking about it a little bit as well. And he's like, the game wasn't good from head to toe. I mean, he's like, the story was great, it should have been a movie or a TV show, which is kind of funny now thinking about it because Kojima said he wanted to go into like making a movie next, or the next game can be a movie for him. I mean, obviously this guy has just put a lot of time into dialogue and everything, which I like. I love story, and I think this is gonna do really well just in general, on the channel and everything like that. I appreciate you guys coming out and watching the videos and everything, but I think it's gonna be really fun story mode. I love stories, right? I love sitting there just watching the cutscenes and everything. It don't matter to me, right? As long as we're having a good time playing the game and the story's good, that's all that matters. I mean, I will obviously give my review when the game comes out, and that'll be my personal review on the game. So, I mean, there'll probably be some spoilers whenever we go through it, but I'm not sure how long this game's gonna be. Now, a few people were saying that it's over 60 hours. Now, someone did say it took 85 hours to beat, so that's kind of that's a huge one to say now. 85 hours seems a little ridiculous. I'm not sure. The person said they were just going through some side missions. I forget what website it is. I apologize, but I remember reading it, and I think that's pretty good though if it's that long. I don't know if it's gonna be great for the channel or whatever, but if we have like 80 parts on this is gonna be nuts. But the final review I really want to talk about today has to be Push Square. They had a really good review, and they gave it a 10 out of 10, which I was kind of surprised about because a lot of people have been giving this game like 9s, 10s, 8s, 7s. It's been all around, right? Which is kind of a good thing in my personal opinion as well. And they were saying the game is really good from head to toe, and they love the going around the map and everything like that. They said it was great. They said the characters are very memorable, so that's a good thing as well. I'm very excited that Norman Reedus' character should be memorable. I only saw one complaint about Norman Reedus' character, Sam, so I forget what website that was as well. I apologize. I was reading it over the weekend and everything like that. So I only saw one big complaint about Norman Reedus' character Sam. So I guess that's a good thing if I only seen one. A lot of people are saying that the backup characters, like I just said before earlier, is that they're very unique and strong in their own ways, if that makes sense. So I'm very excited for that. I'm glad there's gonna be a good storytelling throughout the game. Like I said before, storytelling is the main key in every game. If that's a AAA storytelling game, that has to be the main idea. And Kojima does a great job, obviously, with the Metal Gear games he did. I thought they were amazing, right? Even though I didn't really play them all, but they seemed really good. I went back to look at them. They were pretty solid overall. And obviously, they said it's probably the best visuals on the PlayStation 4, so we'll see how that works out as well. I mean, it does look pretty good for a 30 frame type game because it only runs at 30 frames. There's no 60 frames per second, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes on the PC as well. Will look better on the PC. We'll say at 30 frames. I doubt it'll stay on 30 frames, but I think they'll bump up to 60 on the PS5 as well. The PS5 could definitely handle that, and they're saying the PS5 can go up to 8K, I believe, or something like that. So we'll see how that rolls out on the PS5 as well. So there probably will be like an update for that. But the last thing I really want to talk about is they said it was like a gripping narrative like anything else. And that's a good thing, right? like I just said before, narratives are the main key of the game, and I think that's what's really going to sell this game overall. The gameplay, they didn't really go into depth about it, but that's fine. But a lot of people were complaining about the gameplay and everything like that. We were delivering cargo and everything like that, which is fine. They said that you do that for a little bit through the game in the beginning, and then the game starts going everywhere, which is a good thing, right? Because you're trying to connect the United States. You start from like I think maybe the Pennsylvania area or even the West Virginia type area, and you're going through the West Coast you're trying to get to. But that's gonna be the end of my video. Let me know how you feel about the game's reviews you've seen. The links will be down below. Let me know how you feel about them. And I think the game's going to do really solid in my personal opinion. Well, I'll give my review when I beat the game, obviously. But mostly, other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hit the sub button, helps the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next video. So, peace.